give him. There we go. Dallas. Let's go. Oh, I'm Vikings. So the series is tied up 1-1. The first game I won, and the second game the Cowboys won. Let's get things started. I am tired. James Ellsworth. Oh, Undertaker didn't come back last night. No, it's next Tuesday. Undertaker and Edge are both coming back next Tuesday.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. Two running backs will take the field today in hopes of leading their team to
This headset
victory.
feels tight for some reason.
It's the Vikings going up against the Cowboys. Again with our broadcast team. Here are Brandon Godden and
What, NBA?
Davis.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas.
Well, you're undefeated at NBA.
Luxurious AT&T Stadium. Today we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Minnesota Vikings and the Dallas Cowboys. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
Off.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well.
Why do I need a kick away?
That determines things these days.
Here's Blair Walsh now about ready to get us started.
This is a nice stadium too. Holy crap!
Crowd, this one is underway.
Oh, not that. I know what the stadium looks like already. It's a nice stadium.
Across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line.
Yes, we are playing in Dallas.
Dallas now at 7-1 following their Week 9 win over Cleveland. Here they come on offense, led by Dak Prescott. The Dak attack, you saw it firsthand. He continues to be impressive.
And when you talk to the people in the Dallas organization, they'll tell you that the defensive guys really locked in on him early. They thought that, hey, we got a rookie when we're going through drills. We can get a lot of interceptions, a lot of plays.
Dallas is really good.
Thought that, and he realized after the second practice, we're not making many plays on the ball. This kid has something special.
And no, incomplete. Boy, they took a shot there on the first play, tried to start it out with a
Yesterday's final score was 23-26.
Okay,
Dallas came away with a field goal, so they won by 3 points.
How about them at number 4 in the 2016 draft? Big needs on the defensive line, and they go with the running back.
They go star power.
They went star power, but Ezekiel Elliott, in a lot of ways, was exactly the right
Best
decision.
coverage.
When they had winning success in 2014, they did it running the football. Elliott can do that for him again.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third. And a look at the Vikings defensive unit.
Eric Kendricks is another one of those bloodline guys in the NFL. His brother Michael also applies his trade as a linebacker. And Eric's trying to show him he's the best in the family.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Here we go. 38.
Now Prescott. And that's caught.
Man,
easily.
just like Cincy.
And all the way down to the 36-yard line. It's a big play there on 3rd down.
Always alive on 3rd down.
4 yards. And now a first down following that long game.
Just like freaking Cincy a couple weeks ago.
Position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability,
Yeah, they are.
is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I would not want to be an offensive lineman in today's NFL, especially.
I would love to see Dallas go to the Super Bowl.
You got to deal with these massive defensive tackles who could not just beat you with strength, but they can beat you with quickness and guile as well. They can get upfield and make plays. And a lot of times what they're taught, just go ahead and tackle everyone that comes in your area and keep the one with the ball.
I would love to see him go.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
Get him. You have got to be kidding me. It's always on freaking third down they always do this.
Into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Always on third down.
36 yards. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
Oh well. Still first quarter. Not worried.
Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Their kicker is amazing.
And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And we get a look at Minnesota and Sam Bradford. The Vikings started so hot this year, now in a little bit of a downward spiral. And that loss last week, Bradford a touchdown and interception, 273 yards.
It tells you how well their defense has played for their offense. It's
what are you doing?
A lot of injuries in the offensive line. Adrian Peterson got hurt early, so they don't have his big playability out of the backfield. Trying to get it out to the receivers has been difficult. Sam Bradford still trying to acclimate and now has a new offensive coordinator.
It's a gain of 6 on the play. You know, so much talk about Dallas's offense starting out 7-1, and rightfully so, but this defense, they've been good too.
And there was plenty of angst in the offseason heading into 2016 about that defense. Who was going to rush the passer? Who could cover downfield? A lot of people
don't leave me open. You'll pay for it.
Giving up 17.5 points per game at this stage of the year.
And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there for Minnesota.
What do you mean?
73 yards. Well, welcome to the party. First
they already did.
The game. How about that?
And just think, as far as he's concerned, he's just getting warmed up.
Now Bradford.
I told you you pay for it. That big run you guys gave me up for, I scored with a touchdown right now. Opening drive for my team.
There to make the grab. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. And he's a reliable target. He's more than that, though. Hey, look, I'm not going to say he's the best tight end in the league.
No, you heard about it, though.
Yeah, because he's able to block, and that's almost a lost art for a number of the tight ends in the league now, because the most popular guys are almost what we call move tight ends, more like receivers. But those guys who can do it all, there's still a place for them in the NFL.
That's stupid.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away.
Yeah.
Now it's Lucky Whitehead on the return. And he'll take this across the 25.
Yeah.
Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that.
Watch, they're going to suck on first to second down, but on third down, they're going to do a freaking huge play.
Because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They go to Elliott again, and they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Ah, yes, that's today's NFL defensive tackle. Not just a space eater anymore. A guy with agility, movement skills, who can rush the passer and make plays in the offensive backfield.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. And incomplete.
Okay.
The contact made the ball
Stop
roam
him.
free and brings up fourth down.
So much of this game is focus and concentration. And whenever I see guys running the in route, I know that in the back of their mind, they're always wondering who's lurking inside that might put a big hit on them as they try and catch the ball.
Sherrills to return it. A strong running. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
Dallas, you guys have a nice
Out
stadium
comes
too.
Minnesota,
It's huge.
And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them.
Yeah.
They feel like they're in a groove right now.
So is
They wanna get out there
WrestleMania.
and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Time to
Over
feature the
100,000
offensive
people at
starters
WrestleMania in
and
Dallas.
to give some love to the tight end, Kyle Rudolph.
He's been to the Pro Bowl already, battled a few injuries, but he's back and better than ever. Has added a little yoga to his regimen in order to make it more nimble. That makes it that much harder for the defenders to catch him.
They go play action. Now Bradford. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's brought down after a good gain. A very solid gain of 27.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination. Guys who know how to control their bodies
trip.
when they run their routes.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Now McKinnon returned after missing Week 8 with an ankle injury, and in Week 9 he didn't do much. 7 carries, 8 yards. Could be a fairly even timeshare in the backfield. Remember, you got Matt Asiata, Ronnie Hillman as well.
They're all trying to make up for the absence of Adrian Peterson. I know Peterson's stats weren't great to start the year, but you just knew he would come on and be Adrian Peterson yet again. I think for them, call the plays that work best for each one of them. Almost 3 different game plans for each one of the backs. Feature what they do well.
Now McKinnon.
Oh,
And he'll take
got
this
stuck
down just
by
shy
my
of
own
the 25-yard
teammate
line.
there.
Give him 3 on first down.
I still managed to get at least 5 yards.
And a look at the defense for the Cowboys.
Morris Claiborne is a former first-round pick at quarterback with skills that can match up with anyone when he's at his best.
Uh, 3 yards. Oh, it looked like 5.
They'll try to throw now. Bradford. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. 13 catches for Diggs in Week 9. First time he's topped double digits in receptions in his short 2-year career.
And he did go for 80 yards, and I think that's going to be an interesting deal for Minnesota going forward because with the offensive line hurting and in flux a little bit, they want to throw those quick passes out to the receivers on the perimeter and hope they can break tackles and make big plays downfield.
First carry of the game here for Matt Asiata.
Oh.
Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
That's bad.
Morris Claiborne makes the play defensively. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Usually you don't think of the cornerback coming in for a no-gain play, but that's what we had there. Nice tackle.
They're going to challenge that. They're going to challenge it.
Part of the play, moving his way into the inside and making that play
Oh,
happen.
no, they're not.
No gain for the offense.
Okay.
Big play for the defense. If you're running out route, it's likely you end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Touchdown right there.
He will score. Touchdown, Vikings.
Feel a little bit more comfortable in the series.
Patterson, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Vikings are able to strike for 6. Walsh now for the PAT.
Better.
And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
That'd be bad.
And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away.
What a kick, dude.
That's fielded in the
Not even going to return it.
And no run back here. This will be a touchback.
So I have a feeling that this game is going to be high scoring with a score like this already. And it could stall, but you don't know. Anything can happen in the game of football, especially in the NFL.
Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And Beasley with it over the middle.
That's third.
It's a gain of 7.
Third and inches.
Faced with a third and inches.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver,
as long as they don't get a first down.
More precise throwing it, you don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. So 3rd and inches, trying to pick it up the middle. He had nowhere to go, tackled for a loss.
And you know how we talk about double A-gap pressure, meaning linebackers going in the gap between the center
I
and
could
the
go
guard on
into
either
scoring
side.
mode.
Well, it's not always to get to the passer. Sometimes you do that to prevent a running play. Worked pretty well in that situation.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer.
Oh, no.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line.
There's a reason why I said, oh, no, my guy can't pick up the ball.
Very tough spot here for the
Can't pick up the
offense
ball
to
like that. You should be fired.
And the first play of the drive goes to McKinnon. And he'll take this up to about the 7- or 8-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings.
Oh, you're back?
The football. They're looking at a 2nd and short yardage to start things out. Now a 2nd down throw for Bradford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive
This is going to be
moving.
one long drive.
Receivers really gain stature in the NFL because they can do so many things.
I'm going to take off, take up half the quarter.
But they have that kind of courage and toughness to run routes in the middle of the field and become dependable targets for their quarterbacks and move the sticks. Those guys are worth their weight in gold.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. And some options here for the offense on 2nd and 2.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short. 2 yards to go here on 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative.
4th and inches.
You know, I think that's the way they'll go. And if you like defensive
you made it
football,
to the playoff.
Focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
So in their
all right, guys, it's a real gutsy call I just decided to do.
Go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to
no!
So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to
I should have just punted it away, dude.
A tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
Touchdown already.
End zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jeff Swain,
I could live with that. Mistakes happen.
Grab. And the Cowboys are an extra point away from tying the football game. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target.
Man, that's not even a flag. I barely touched them. What are you guys talking about, you crooked referees?
fails? Not at all. This guy can make plays.
Oh my God.
That's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown.
No.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen.
What?
Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field.
Wait, why did your mom want you to go to school?
Costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football?
So your dad's gonna break the stuff.
Take care of the defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. They come out here in the eye. Here's McKinnon. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Oh,
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and
but you can't say that.
He seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
First down, Bradford.
There's my options.
Going right side here, and that's complete. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
Yeah.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Yeah, they've got an extra defensive back out there now on 3rd and 13.
He called you a pill addict?
Call it a gain of 3.
Wow.
And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game,
That's
understanding
wrong.
positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
Wow.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan.
Under pressure and down.
Got that safety. I'll take that.
So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has
What?
got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems. And this qualifies as a big problem.
Four minutes to play here in quarter number 2. Take over. Here's Bradford. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. 6 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
One of the feature points of the in route is being able to make a nice throw to the middle part of the field. And for a quarterback, that's one of the better throws and better looks that he'll get. But he has to be careful not to wait too long and let his receiver wander into some tough territory. If he's late with the ball, he can get his receiver hit and hit hard.
And he's taken down at the 43.
I like passing with the Vikings. It's kind of
I know many people like to
smooth.
throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because
I mean, if that's the correct word to describe it.
But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Who cares if the quality's bad? We're still doing it.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
Quick hitter here, it's
complete. Did he catch that?
He'll be brought down just shy of midfield at
He
the
did.
49-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer
That was a
about
good
how
pass.
far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Bradford to throw it. And this is going to be incomplete. Red Allison, the intended receiver, and it's fourth down.
Why is your dad home with you right now?
Let's go ahead and try and get into the body and the mind of the linebackers. Yeah, I know they're bigger and stronger than I ever was, but in this situation, they understood what was going on as much as the offensive guys.
Try to make this field goal.
Find the first down sticks and make the play. On defense, what do you want to do? Guard the first down line. Make sure they don't get there and tackle them in
68
front. They're
yards.
able to drop in their zone coverage, figure out where the first down line was, and end up making the play, swatting it away so they couldn't get the completion.
And this stadium is abuzz after that one, understandably so. I cannot believe he hit that thing.
And you can't help but think back to Tom Dempsey. And his record stood for, what, 43 years until Matt Prater broke it? And now here's a new record. And I'm with you. I cannot believe that ball went through the posts.
The offense for the Cowboys now working their way back onto the field.
McDonald's.
And last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they gotta go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
So the offense now dealing with a second and
No, I
seven.
don't think like that. What are you guys doing?
Another carry for
wait till
Elliott. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. Still about 3 yards shy of a first as the 4-yard pickup brings
2-minute
it
warning.
to third down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout.
You could go move in with Joyce.
A reminder coming up here at halftime.
You can move in
We'll
with
ship
me.
you off to Orlando. Larry Ridley will have first half highlights and analysis.
LR, plenty to show in this one.
Going to be a busy man at intermission. And the Vikings with an extra defender in the second.
But I think Joyce will give you presents.
Coverage here.
Now Prescott, complete to Jason Witten. And the nifty hurdle allows him to snag the extra yardage.
Oh, they're going for it. Oh, there's no huddle, I mean.
And the offense moving quickly to the line.
Wait.
Here's Prescott. And this one complete to Witten.
Dang!
A good pick up there of 20 yards.
Trucked them.
Isn't it funny, partner, how when a veteran player doesn't have a big game statistically, people start to wonder if he slowed down? Jason Witten only had 2 catches for 16 yards against Philadelphia in their overtime win last week, but he did catch the game winner. But boy, did he break out against Cleveland.
Yeah, 134 yards and a touchdown. That more than doubled his previous season high in receiving yards.
And you know one other nice fun fact about him?
This is probably one out of 2 broadcasts tonight. Might broadcast GTA or Black Ops 3, whatever you guys want to see.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. To the sideline, and oh, a nice catch.
It's whatever you guys want to see. It's, you guys are in charge of what you want to see.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs. In this case, the feet, did a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
Yeah, great job by the crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Now Dan Bailey, 30 of 32 in field goal tries last year. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt.
Oh!
And Bailey able to knock it through. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line.
So when I
Now the Minnesota
start wasting
offense set to take
Cowboys
it
are
over
going to
again.
start calling a
And fortunate to
timeout
get
for
points on the board last time.
trying to
They
get the
hit a
ball
really
back.
long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. They run it with McKinnon, and he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. A lot of times, the play caller, he just looks to...
Oh, no.
Picked off by the linebacker, Sean Lee. And this return is going to be bolted right around the 28-yard line. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or 2 and get it into the locker room?
This is all Joyce's fault.
Makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
How many times when we see an incomplete
Sorry about
pass,
the clown laugh.
receiver and say, should have caught that one. That was a drop, and we just put it on the offense. How about a little credit for the defense there? They just forced an incompletion.
Yeah, especially after starting in a tough spot defensively, but a good start there on 1st down.
That give them a little extra confidence there, starting as you
They're
said,
just
in a
throwing
tough
the ball
spot
away.
and being able to make a play on 1st down.
And nobody was open downfield there. Looked like a pretty clear throwaway.
Yeah, definitely was that. I'm wondering why there wasn't intentional grounding. I know they're saying there's a receiver there in the area. Those darn quarterbacks, they get away with everything.
Spoken like a true defensive back, Mr. Davis.
Did that come out?
It did.
Okay.
Des Bryant, the intended receiver, and it's 4th down.
So the defense forces a 3 and out, but they got some help along the
What?
way. They threw it on 1st down, and when they were unsuccessful, it became 2nd and long.
Yeah.
Didn't get it again on another pass. Went 3rd and long, and they almost had...
Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. It's a foot race. The 40, 20, 10, 5, and with a clock reading zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
Mentally unstable.
Extra point try now for Walsh.
I guess that means she has a good mind and she's not psycho.
And that makes it a 9-point game. So we come upon
that was a good field goal block for a touchdown. That should be on the halftime highlights.
Where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon. I'm Larry Ridley, and welcome to our EA halftime report. The Cowboys are down right now.
Or
they have to feel like they're still in it. The Vikings have been the better team, though, and will try to maintain the lead in the 2nd half. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the 1st half. Cowboys opening the game on offense. Prescott's going to find his mark, and he'll be tackled at the 36-yard line. Cowboys later on the drive, quick pass, and Des Bryant with the catch. And this play will go for 6. The Cowboys is up now by 7. We go to early in the 1st. He breaks free from the defense. He'll pick up more than 50 yards on the play. Sticking with the same drive.
If you guys are enjoying the video so far, please leave a big blue thumbs up and please do subscribe as well.
We're tied back up at 7. Vikings with the ball, end of the 1st.
No,
And
don't
Sam
talk like
Bradford
that,
with the
dude.
completion over the middle and he cap off the 8-play drive with a TD. That puts them up by a touchdown.
Talk to Joyce.
Cowboys ball early in the 2nd. Prescott's got the completion here, and he's going to go 19 yards for the score. Cowboys tied up at 14.
What?
Now to late in the 1st half, here the defense will come up with the pick. Lee's the one who makes the pick to give a boost to his defense.
Talk to Joyce, that's a good suicide.
Okay, Larry, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. To return, here comes Marcus Sherrills.
Well, she said that.
Juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
Wow.
On first and 10.
Do you see my Wolverine picture?
Throw here, that's complete. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
I should just grow my hair out.
Slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target. That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. He was thinking about those rack yards instead of making the catch.
At least Zach Man 20.
Well, he's taken down, but not before picking up the first, thanks to a flashy little spin move.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
They'll put 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. A first down throw for Bradford. Now
Oh, no, not a fumble.
Comes out. Bradford's lost it.
She does YouTube.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on
Hang out with friends and family.
in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
All girls do.
And you can't be, because if you back
They love a
off
man who
after
can
throwing
kick.
an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there's a quarterback in this
If you get home from work early, your wife's still at work, you want to be nice, you want to cook her a nice big dinner,
and still find a way to win the game in the end.
and make her feel satisfied.
Now a second down throw for Bradford.
Compliment her, tell her how nice her smile is.
Incomplete, falling to the ground. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe
What?
run game a little more.
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, look credit to the defense for
What did you say?
play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall. After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
And Walsh able to convert it as his kick is good. And that will give him a 12-point
Tell her
lead.
that.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9
I
plays,
should
but
tell
the
her
net
that.
gain, 3 points.
And you're going to have drives like that in
I
this
should
league.
too.
Sometimes you just got to take the 3 and move on. Always better than nothing.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Marching back out there, ready for the next possession. Here comes the Vikings defense. And they got off the hook just a little bit last time with that
Did you
missed
say
field
anything
goal.
else?
The way the game is played, what you're looking for on defense are what we call empty possessions. No points scored whatsoever. That's the goal. At worst, you want to give up a field goal. That's when you feel like it's a win. But to run off the field with a missed field goal, no points on the board, that's got to feel great going to the bench.
So on that play,
He looks like
defense
a
was in the
pear.
zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do, and it's not something that is really evident when you watch it on the screen. But everyone's talking, communicating, pointing, and it keeps you from chasing receivers because you have a specific zone you have to cover. When a receiver's in your zone and he crosses to another one, you got to let your guy know. They got a completion there, but I like the discipline they showed to stay in their proper areas and then make the tackle.
What you say after that?
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right.
I
It's
could
been that
say
way all
something rude.
afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It goes as a gain of 8 and it moves the chains.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before
That's
it even
funny.
got to him for a nice.
Hang on, guys. Do I what? Whatever's on tap? I can't use the oven because there's grease in there. Heat that.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with a football.
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's
You
near
did not
you.
say
So
that.
you're able to just get into him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him. When you put together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game.
That's funny.
Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass
Again,
to
if you
break
guys are
big,
really
a
enjoying
lot
the
of
video,
things
I
have
would
to come
appreciate
together
you
and be
if you were
well
to be
executed.
ever so
But all
kindly
it
to
takes
leave a
is
big
one
blue thumbs
small
up.
thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
And please do subscribe as well.
On play action, they'll throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's a tried and true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football.
Really fun.
If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough,
Oh, no.
that's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit, but incomplete.
What?
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So another long try for 3 and another kick.
A toasted
that
ham
comes up
sandwich would
lacking.
be nice.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to
Excuse me?
try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
And complete. Right side, the tight end Rudolph. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Dude, put that
Second down
aside,
and
dude.
4.
There's another
What's
conversion
been
to the
said,
tight end, and let's face it, it is
all
hard to overthrow.
don't worry about
a
it.
6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6. This is
What?
caught inside the 15. And that one results in 35 yards. Well, we know he's
Ladies
got the
and gentlemen,
speed
I
there.
think
He
this
needed the
game is
speed
just about
and the
over.
hands. A great
Because if I
catch.
score this
And
touchdown, I
because
don't
of
think
that
Dallas has a
speed,
chance.
You have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're
Looking for
Oh
Diggs, and it's
no, I should have
intercepted.
kept my mouth
Picked off
shut.
by Brandon Carr. There he goes, right side. The 20,
No.
10. And he takes this one back into the
No.
end zone. The Cowboy defense has a
What?
touchdown. Charles, we've seen him target one of their main weapons time and time again.
I'm gonna text her. Why are you making Brendan upset?
Yeah, and it's so difficult to determine how many times is too many because
You want me to
how many
text her
times have
that?
we seen a team
Text
go
her
and
that?
play and say, until they stop us, we'll keep going. Well, they got stopped on that one, and it cost them 6
What?
points.
And this is back to a 5-point game.
That's probably a smart move.
Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Minnesota. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
Move in with me.
And I think all you say...
They picked it again!
Third time. Picked off by Orlando Scandrick.
He missed all of last year with a torn ACL and MCL. But it's so good to see Orlando Scandrick back on the field and making plays. Another interception for him.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that
They're gonna get some major backlash for this.
Confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Pick that!
He's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down. 10 yards to go on 3rd.
When teams take shots at the end zone, you've got to defend it the same way you would defend the first down sticks. You defend the goal
I'm sorry
line
if I'm
exactly the
acting
same
goofy,
way.
ladies and gentlemen. I just get real excited if something happens.
On that play, that's exactly what they did.
That's
They
out.
batted it away.
He was looking
Thank
for
you.
Terrence Williams
Watch his
that
booth come back and do it.
And that'll bring up a 4th down. And the Cowboys will call on Dan Bailey here. And remember, he had one blocked earlier.
Not only was that a 3-and-out, it was their 3rd straight incompletion on this drive, and they didn't even think about trying to run the football. Now they have to give it up.
All right.
So a good kick that time, and that might help to get the negative thoughts out of the mind from that earlier block.
Especially since this was not a chippy, so he had to get that one out kind of low. But his line does a nice job of protecting. He's able to convert for 3.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20,
like
call it the
Cat
21-yard
didn't
line.
even get scared by that.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here. And last time, one-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play.
I mean, well, you gotta like, if you want to like drop out, you gotta like do like some sort of test.
Run the football. Don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action.
I don't know. It's some graduation test or something. I don't know. You have to read up about it.
This up only to about the 33. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That's a good play.
I mean, I don't need to do it since I'm basically graduating in January if I keep it my work.
The playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And his throw here
Try and
is
rolling with him.
incomplete. Let's see if the defense
I think you could like, I could give you the number if you want. And I think you get a like.
Bradford, a dump down to McKinnon.
Crap!
Bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
A short game that doesn't.
What's that? Barbecue mustard.
Get them the first down.
Are you on Madden?
Brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. And now comes the field goal unit on.
How do they know I was faking?
Oh, they flip it to the kicker.
Pass,
he
pass,
looks like
pass,
he's gonna
pass.
throw it. And he's got come on the play. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
Partner, we're watching a game on the gridiron, but a sandlot contest just broke out with that play, didn't it?
It's a little college-esque, right?
Oh, very much so. Okay, let's see if we get it right.
Run, dude, run!
Touchdown, Vikings! Cordero Patterson, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon.
Yeah, man.
And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that...
Oh, they flip it to the kicker.
Pass.
He looks like he's going to throw it. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he gets it.
10-point game.
Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they had 2
And I gotta go
more
eat
onto
dinner.
their lead. So they try to...
I'll be right back. And if after this broadcast you want to play Draft Champs? Okay. I'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. This broadcast will resume. we are back, ladies and gentlemen, on the Hackman 2020 channel. Okay, that was too dramatic. Hey, what's going on, man?
Make it a two-score game with a conversion. It pays off.
And they've looked at the situation, figured it out well. A two-score game in this situation, they've got to feel much better about where they are.
And so we have the touchdown. Now here's Blair Walsh to kick this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone.
That's smart, man. Get it, run out of the end zone.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. The Cowboys offense heading back out and ready to go again. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal. Yeah, they got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. Brian Robinson in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
And the hit jarred it loose.
You might be the new Cleveland Browns.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
There's two guys coming over there.
Now Prescott. Going right side, he has Winton. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Wow. But a nice little gain.
Well, that's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
If I were Dallas right now in this situation, I would go for it, no matter what. Hey, what's up? Welcome to the live stream. Crap.
And now out comes Minnesota. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out. They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, I think we know by now that every run is not going to be broken and get all the way to the end zone. But these short ones still have their value. You can still set up your play action and throw the football. You control the clock because you have the ball and they don't.
Oh, no.
And physicality sets the tempo for the game.
He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. And that was incomplete, but I don't know how much of that falls on the quarterback. He was pressured.
Brandon, the rush showed up so fast, the quarterback had no chance to get the ball downfield.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
I still can't get me down.
The juke move that we saw, able to give him the first down yardage before he's brought down. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish. The strategy would tell you, run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
And in this situation with a lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
And defensively, they just don't seem to have much of an answer for this passing game.
Not at all. Look at the confidence that's exhibited here with that type of a lead.
What kind of throw was that? What the hell? What kind of throw was that?
Wait, you're still playing the Jets? Oh, why didn't
On their side, instead of running it, they're still throwing it, trying to pick up first downs and keeping the football.
Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. They'll run it now out of the gun. Just a yard on the run there. That's going to bring us to a 4th down.
And, partner, when you run the ball on 3rd and 2, you're telling the whole world you've got nothing but confidence in your offensive line and your runner, and you expect to get it.
They still think I'm doing it.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. So on 4th down,
they still think I'm doing
the
it.
kicker in a big spot here. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And they're able to pick up the first and keep possession. That'll be a gain of 15 yards. And on 4th down, they're able to convert and move the sticks.
We're watching a game on the gridiron, but a sandlot contest just broke out with that play, didn't it?
It's a little college-esque, right?
Oh, very much so. Okay, let's see if we get it right. Flip it to the kicker. He throws it. Complete. How about those guys? That was successful and fun to watch.
And gutsy. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. They'll run it now out of the gun. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. So the offense readies for a 2nd and 4. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
12 yards there as they move the chains.
The reason that counter or misdirection plays work so well is that usually you've given them a reason to think that everything's going to the direction it starts initially. You've run that type of a play throughout the game. You've given them that look. And now you're going to counter things and bring it back the other way. Almost a tendency breaker at times. And a lot of it is making sure that you have an illusion, almost like a magician. Look over here, but the play is actually happening over there, and that's where running back's vision comes into play. See the hole in a place where people don't expect and get there with some speed. And that's exactly what he did on that play. One of the selling points of the in route is against the quarterback, a really nice sight line to his receiver, and almost on a direct shot, able to throw the ball to the middle of the field and have a great chance of success as they did on that play.
And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
All right, I'm fine with the field goal.
All the practice, a play like that will absolutely break your heart. They had everything they wanted, just unable to complete it. In the end zone,
he's a good player.
Drop.
Time for a break. We'll come back and see this one out after this.
All right, I think it's safe to say that this game is just about over. Or unless Dallas scores a touchdown, then gets the ball back. I don't think they're gonna do that
2-minute
though.
warning over. It's twilight time in this one
Gonna
here.
put,
as we are
come
getting
back on
down
this
to the
game.
end of this one.
There's only 2 minutes left in the game, and it's 40-27.
Now after the made field goal, Walsh
Yeah, I don't think they're coming back
to kick it away.
Yeah, they could. They could. They're super talented, but I'm not counting them out just yet.
The 25-yard line. Now Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field.
If you want, you can
look at the
adjust your lineup though, because I'm still 2 minutes.
Team is struggling. Sometimes you look at the quarterback. When the quarterback starts to struggle, who goes over and picks him up?
Yeah, that's always a big one, isn't it? Usually, there's a quarterback whisperer somewhere. And what I mean by that is, whether it's an assistant coach, whether it's one of his best friends on the team, someone that can get in his ear.
Are you waiting for me to end my game?
Well, man, what do you need? What's going on here? So he's one person he can lean on. He's going to have to lean on that guy right now.
Call it a gain of 5.
Are you waiting for my game to end?
And quickly, they get to the line.
Minute 30 seconds.
Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And taking it across midfield
Fourth.
and inside the 45.
Last minute remaining. If you want, you can go ahead and redraft.
Drop to throw it. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Brian Robinson in there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's caught on the right side. Williams. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Who got injured?
And Charles, in this situation, this is where the word miracle comes into play.
Have to score real fast. Maybe throw a jump ball in the end zone and hope for the best.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is intercepted. And
game over.
Picked up by Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
The drive starts with a handoff to McKinnon. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
See ya, Browns offensive lineman.
And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. They run once more with McKinnon. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. All right, so the timeout over and all 11 men back out onto the field for the defense.
All right, I'm just kneeling it here.
And the final play here will be Bradford going down to a knee.
Alright, there's only 10 seconds left. I can't catch up. If you guys enjoyed the video, please hit the like button and please do subscribe, as it does help you and notifies you when I go on air and when my new videos come out.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
And my field goal blood better be on the highlight.
Can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
Just 2 more games to go. Oh, the field goal block.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. So long, everybody.
Alright, guys, that's the end of the broadcast. I'll probably be broadcasting again tonight. So I'll see you guys later.